So let's go through these stories. So they're sequenced. People are trying to make sense out of them. They're aggregating these stories from all sorts of different places, all sorts of different tribes, all sorts of different times, and then trying to make them coherent without losing the content and without doing arbitrary editing. And so part of the reason that the Bible is full of internal contradictions is for the same reason that a dream is full of internal contradictions. Is if you impose too much coherence on it, you start losing the... Look, imagine that you have a impressionist painting. Well, it's messy and the image emerges, and you might say, well, we could replace that with a nice clean line drawing, or even a sequence of stick figures, and get the basic point across. It's like, well, you would, but you'd lose the richness. The unarticulable richness would be lost in the premature attempt to bring logical closure to the phenomena. And so, in fact, we know already that that's maybe the difference between dreams and waking thought. So, waking thought sacrifices completeness for coherence, right? So, whereas dream thought sacrifices coherence for completeness. And that's not something I'm saying arbitrarily. This is something that has been thought through by people who've been thinking this sort of thing through for a long time. Precise thought excludes too much. And imprecise thought is not sufficiently coherent. So we do both. Precise thought, left hemisphere, linguistically mediated, sequential, logical. Incoherent but complete thought, imagistic, emotion-based, right hemisphere. The right hemisphere even has a more diffuse structure. It's like the right hemisphere is trying to get a picture of everything. Now, it's not going to be a very detailed picture because it's a picture of everything, full of contradictions. But at least it's a picture of everything. And the left says that's not good enough for precise action. And it's not. So we'll narrow that to precision, but we lose the richness. But you need both. So there's an interplay. Well, the documents that the Bible is composed of are half dream and half articulated thought. And they have the advantages of articulated thought and the advantages of the dream, but also the disadvantages of both. So it's to the degree that it's articulated, it's in a dogmatic box. To the degree that it's a dream, it's still incoherent. But the problem is you have to move through the entire world even though you don't know it in detail. So you need detailed knowledge where detailed knowledge is necessary, and you need vague but complete knowledge where that's necessary. It's a very uncomfortable balance, but we have to face everything even though we don't understand anything completely.